Hello, hello, hello. Let's wait and see if it will go live. Here we are. There we go, live. And this is Sheila Bicknell, BlueWater Oracle, live on my BlueWater Oracle Facebook page. And it is a late afternoon, my time, Montreal time, Eastern Daylight Time on Sunday, September 21st, 2025. I am wishing you well. I hope that you are well and that things are good. Looks like the live is working on my computer, which is fantastic. But of course, what I'm going to do is I am going to open it up on my phone because sometimes my computer is very selective with what it shows me and whether it shows that I'm live, which is amusing, or who's on. So let's do this. There I am. Perfect. Bring the volume down. And then I can add comments, see comments if anything comes up, if anybody comes up. It's a totally unexpected live, so I don't expect there to be a wonderful group of people. But if you do happen to show up, I am honored and would, of course, love to see you. So this video may be shared onto my YouTube channel a little bit later on, and it's not for individual readings today. I'm going to pull some general cards for the phase of the year, for the seasons changing, for the moon phase and all of that. So I'm so happy to be here. Taking a bit of time before I get caught up in the next phase of perhaps gardening or home management, or maybe just some reading. I haven't quite decided. Gardening is probably going to take precedence, as our kitchen currently looks a little bit like a garden center. So things coming in, things going out. So it's time to get a little more organized before we step into the new week. How are you doing? How are things going? As I was shuffling my cards from a previous reading, cards were flying all over the place. So those who know me, again, my name's Sheila. I'm based just outside of Montreal in Quebec, Canada. Bonjour, salut, hope you're doing well. I am a multi-deck reader, so I work with both tarot and oracle now, blessed to be able to do so, and I have multiple decks on my desk here available when I do readings, so we can get all different perspectives, all different images, all different words, all different insights that want to come through the cards with me and whoever I am reading for. Today it's for general insights, general awareness of this amazing time. So in case you didn't know, whenever you're watching this, on this date, this Sunday, we have literally just had the new moon about 6 or so, or maybe 10 minutes ago. Just recently, we moved into new moon with a partial solar eclipse. So of course, it's daytime where we are. We're not seeing it. But for those of you who are in the nighttime already, maybe you are seeing it. I think when I looked that the partial solar eclipse was going to be available in some parts of Australia. So perhaps you've seen that in your nighttime phase. And of course, it is International Day of Peace. And wow, do we need to pay attention to that International Day of Peace. So I'm wishing you and yours and your region of the world and your local space, your home, your inner space, your community, your country, your region, peace. We're going to pull a card for that as well. And we are moving into tomorrow is Equinox. So fall equinox for us in the north, of course, spring equinox for those of you in the south, in the southern hemisphere. Some places move into the season already. They change with the beginning of the month, and others change with the date as it works with more astrological time frame. Hey there, how are you? Hope you're doing well. So I'm not going to say any names on here, or not too many. I might use first names just in case I put things on my YouTube channel, so that it stays a little more anonymous for you. But happy to see you here. Sometimes I try to put the video on there as well so different people can see it or can be shared in different ways. I have a little tiny audience, but I appreciate everybody so much, and I love putting this energy out into the world and to receive your energy as well, which is so appreciated. So yes, we've got equinox tomorrow, so changing the season for us into our fall season, which is where the temperature changes, we get cooler weather coming in, the nighttime increases, daytime decreases. And at the equinox, it's more equivalent. So equal night, equal day. So it works a lot on balance. And in our region, we work a lot with harvest time and harvest energy. So in the Celtic witchy sort of energy, it's mabon. In the southern hemisphere, it's Ostana, I believe, if I've got my balance correctly. And there's lots of other energies around as well. It is also Rosh Hashanah starting tomorrow, I believe. So a blessed honoring of that high holiday for everybody celebrating that and remembering and connecting with that. For those who follow me, my year wheel, I did a year wheel. In case you haven't seen it, the video is on my BlueWater Oracle YouTube channel. Just look in the videos for the year wheel. And the September card is surrendering denial. So looking about accepting things, whether they're difficult or easy, so we can see forward and make decisions more clearly. So if that's important to you, go and listen to that reading, or you can find here on my Facebook page the picture with the surrender denial card, and you can read the reading if you prefer. If you are on my newsletter list, then of course you would have received it in the last email, the written version as well. If you're not on my email list, then please let me know. I don't think I put the link anywhere in here. I wasn't that organized, so if you want to be added to my email list, please just let me know and I'll be happy to send you the link or to add you myself. For those who have followed me for a while, if you look at my page here, there's no lives from the past because, of course, Facebook decided to take them all down, and which I can understand for energy reasons. There's a lot of lives that go on. They leave them up for a month. And did I save them all? No, I did not. Did I think about it at the time? I totally didn't. So free as a bird, not getting any of that done. But here we are doing another live. Happy to be here. Yes, it's been a long time since I've been on. So happy to be here. Scheduling is very different here in my life at the moment. So when I have a chance, I do want to pop on, and I'm hoping to be able to kick my gear in a little bit to do it more often, to hang out with you. So thanks for connecting and for letting me know that you're here, whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay. Whenever you find this video, I hope that it is valuable and helpful to you. So let's pull some cards, shall we? Yes. So we're going to do general cards today, not individual readings. We're looking for the season, we're looking for the date, and the different things that are happening at the moment. For anybody local to me, so I am west of Montreal in Vaudreuil-Dorion in Quebec, Canada. And I have an event next Sunday, so not today, Sunday's 21st. So next Sunday, September 28th, I am doing my fall equinox event, connecting us with the fall season. We will have been with it for just under a week at that point. And we want to be grounding in change. Grounding in change. That is our subject for next week. It's in the afternoon from 1 to 4:30 at Safe Haven in Vaudreuil-Dorion, hosted by Lori. So you can register for that at safehavenforest.com. Safehavenforest.com. If you totally forget about that, here on my page, if you go under events, then you can see my event page, and the link is there as well. If you have any questions about that event, please let me know. It is a women's event. It's a women's circle. We will do some ceremony, some honoring of the new season, and then we will get right into readings. We do general readings, and we also usually, depending on the number of people, we usually do mini readings for those attending. And it's always valuable and supportive and connected, and of course, Oracle intuitive, because that's what we do. So we work with the cards, we may work with runes, and straight intuition, and see what wants to come up for the group to help set them up for their autumn season, our autumn season, right? Which is a beautiful season. There's so much that's wonderful, but it starts to get darker. We move towards October, and we get some maybe special strong energy as the veil changes. We move into November, which is our really dark month here. Although we get the gorgeous colors changing, it's changing, and that sometimes means that we need to give ourselves extra support as we change into this season. So I would love to do that with you. If you know of anybody in the area just west of Montreal, off the island of Montreal, and they would love to hang out with me for an afternoon, it would be my honor and my privilege to see you and to meet with you, or to meet with them, and to pull cards, of course. let's do it. All right. So as I mentioned before, in case you're just popping on, I'm a multi-deck reader, so I've got a whole bunch of cards here. I apologize, I don't have a secondary fancy schmancy camera for you to see, so I will show you the cards as I pull them. All intuitive, where I pull them, which decks want to come up, which cards want to come up. So let's start with new moon, shall we? I think so. Let's start with the new moon. So we've literally just moved into the new moon. And when I was checking out just before I came on, this is called a black moon. So it's the second one according to a witchy site that I look at, the Wheel of the Witch. It's the second new moon in Virgo in a year, I believe. I may have that totally wrong, but I think that's what it said. So there's a certain energy that wants to come about. Do I still have it open? No, I don't still have it open, so I won't open it right now. But let's look at new moon. So new moon means that we've sort of released after the full moon energy. And we are now in that sort of dark phase. And then we start to rebuild the reflected light through the sun, with the sun, onto our moon. And we start to be able to see that crescent moon. And so it can signify the building. It can signify the creating, the manifesting. So you can be looking at all of that, but you could also be looking as we enter into, whether it's spring or fall for you, what that energy brings in. So for us in the autumn, it would be there's a lot of harvesting, which is reaping what we sowed, reaping what we've grown and what we've created, and then also releasing as the year changes, as the leaves fall, we get that releasing energy. So you can play with a lot of different things at this point. So let's have a look at that. And I love people are saying hello to each other in the comments, which is fantastic. Go to it. So new moon energy. So take a nice deep breath. Picture our beautiful moon. She's right now dark. So she's showing us about shadow energy. She's asking us to look within, to feel within, to be aware of our intuitive self. And that's part of my September reading as well. Knowing that intuition, being aware of our intuition. And then what comes up as important? What are you working on? What are you letting go of? What are you welcoming in? Who are you being? And how does that show for you? Right? So I'm going to go to the Earth Magic deck for this. This is a Stephen Farmer deck, Hay House. Okay, I'll try to lift up my shuffling so you can see. When I was shuffling all the cards before, cards flying all over the place, the decks flying, so everybody was very, very chatty. So these are general cards, which means that you take and leave whatever is important for you or not important for you. So if one of the readings really resonates, then you explore it, you play with it. You may want to write about it, you may want to meditate or just feel it and let it bring you insight. Or you may, take it over the next few days and see what comes up for you. If it doesn't resonate, it doesn't make sense, you leave it. If it's important, it'll come back around for you at some point. If you're somewhere where you can take notes as we're chatting or as you're watching this, you can always go back and watch it. But take notes because sometimes the intuitive hits come really fast and those are yours for you. And so that can help. All right. If you know of somebody else that this could be of value to them, please feel welcome to invite them in or to pass it on to them so that they can have a watch and a listen a little bit later on. Well, there you go. As my Oracle Cove membership group would say, and as we say at almost every event at Lori's Safe Haven, you cannot make this stuff up. So here we are. Exhibit A. Autumnal Equinox, the release card. So as much as we're looking at new moon, and as much as the new moon for many is a signifier of building, what do we want to create, what do we want to build and bring in and enhance and manifest in our lives, this card is saying yes, and because of this time of year, whether you're in the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere, of course it hits harder and more important and more valuable for those of us in the north because it is our time of year. This autumnal equinox release card is saying in order to manifest, to welcome in things, to grow things, you might have some stuff that you need to release, you need to let go of. So is it clutter for you? Physical clutter, mental clutter, emotional clutter? Is it something that's weighing you down or holding you down? Is it something that's taking your energy? So in my membership group this week, in case you don't know, I have a group called the Oracle Cove. It's a paid membership group. We do weekly guidance cards, and then we do weekly live sessions like this where I read for each of the members, or most of the members, each week. And this week we're working on sort of energy vampires, like those who take our energy, or situations that take our energy, or things that are taking the energy from us. And so how do we shift that, change that, release that, become aware of that, so we can make different choices, and so we can liberate our energy. Hallelujah. Woohoo! You know, get more energy for ourselves. So this is a reminder that, especially if you find in any way that you're struggling to bring something about for yourself, or to feel a certain way, or to think something that's important for you, look and see what might be getting in the way. So what might need to be released? And it can be a physical, tangible thing. It can be relationships or versions of those, how you're dealing with people, how you're interacting with people. It can also be physical stuff, right? It can be physical stuff. As you can see, I have quite a lot of stuff. So it can be stuff that's saying, hey, you know, it's time to do some clutter clearing and releasing with this energy. Use this energy. And that can bring you newness, can make you feel something new, that then gives you the opportunity to start creating, to start building, to start feeling whatever it is that you most want and most need in this time. Okay. Now with this autumnal equinox, these beautiful colors, autumn energy, the light coming from above, the release energy, with it coming as part of the full moon in our reading today, sorry, the new moon, not full moon, new moon today, it is reminding me that, you know, the new moon is a shadow. It's a shadow time for the moon in our relationship with earth, moon, sun. It's a shadow time. So sometimes, yeah, it'll feel like shadow work. It'll be dark. It'll go inward. It'll be a bit uncertain, a bit unsettling. So something might feel different. And if you can look at it the way that we look at autumn, to say, in order to have a new beginning, we need to have a letting go. And those leaves, for anybody who has gardens and forests, the leaves that change and fall to the ground then become shelter for creatures. They become food. They become new earth, new soil. So there is a vibrancy in that release. And this new moon with this autumn equinox card is saying that there is that beautiful energy in that new moon, in that dark phase of the moon, that shadow, and its perspective and how you see it. And remember that the moon is not gone. She hasn't disappeared. We just can't see her for a little bit as she's in the dark phase. But she is still there in the same way that you are still there. Your light is there. Your power, your purposefulness, your energy, your beauty, your sense of humor, your intelligence, your emotional awareness, whatever it is that makes you you, is still there. And whatever you're building on and developing and learning is still there. Even if there's some really difficult moments, if life is full of shadow and weirdness and challenge, or if you're in a voyage of real discovery, which means that everything feels like, ooh, a bit of shadow, a bit of darkness, need some lanterns, I need some lights, I need to, stick a light on my forehead so I can see what's going on, whatever you need. The moon is still there, you are still there, and there's newness coming in. I love that. I hope that's valuable. I hope that's helpful for you. I love that our first card today is the autumnal equinox. How special is that? Woohoo! I really do have to make that t-shirt. We can't make this stuff up because it's fun. It's fun. So tying in with the new moon, because we had a lunar eclipse at the full moon, now we have a solar eclipse at the new moon. So let me just get my eclipse note here. So 2, we're gonna, not, yeah, eclipse, sorry. Ooh, partial solar eclipse. Okay. So even though it may or may not actually be visible in your region, or it may be daytime where you are versus nighttime where you would see different things. Of course, if it's a solar eclipse, it has to be daytime. I'm not paying attention, obviously, very efficiently here, but we try. We continue on. So, if you're not seeing the eclipse today, wherever you are, then let's pull a card and see what energy it wants to be. Because even though you might not see it, there's still energy about it that can be playing with you. And that, I think, as I was shuffling with some of the energy of the cards, that things were, woo, flying around. So you can let me know, does the energy of the eclipses, do you notice something for you? Do you notice the moon shifting and changing, and how it brings in different things for you, different awareness, right? And we know that it does affect us. It affects how the earth moves in terms of our water around the earth, our tides. Like, there is an impact with us and for us. So it's normal to want to explore that and to see what's happening. I love those posts where it says, don't blame the moon for everything. She doesn't like that, but to be aware of it. Just choosing which card. It's not that one, it's this one. Okay. So for solar eclipse, we get the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. This is from the Robin Wood Tarot, which is a Llewellyn deck. So we see our beautiful Queen of Cups sitting in her gorgeous seashell throne, as you do, next to the ocean. Her dress is very green and blues and purples like ocean air. She's got her cup with a little handkerchief over it. There's seagulls in the background. There's light coming either from the sun in the distance or through and from her cup. And she's got little starfish around and other little fishies saying hello. Queen of Cups. So cups for me is emotions, it's water, it's flow. It can be relationships as well. And it's also, what are you filling your cup with? The abundance of the cup. So when we look at the eclipse here, it's bringing us energy to say, all right, what's in your cup? What are you feeling in your cup? Is that what you want to be feeling? Is that what is in your best interest? If there's challenges, it's not to deny them, because we have the September card that says surrender denial. But it's more to give yourself balance, like the Equinox, to give yourself balance, to say, I'm going to have my moments of sadness and frustration and challenge and feeling that. And then I'm also going to have moments of peace and love and joy and fun and laughter. I'm going to work to find those if they're not coming to me super easily. So this Queen of Cups is lifting you up. She's standing you with that queen energy, whether you're male or female or any other identity related to gender and sex. This is queen energy. She's strong, she's supportive, she's loyal. She represents an awareness, this queen for us, of who she is on an emotional relationship level, but also how she is bringing that manifesting in. Because it's a solar eclipse, she's bringing that energy with the masculine in balance for creative, for manifesting, for awareness of all of that. So then you start to see what we've said with the new moon, tying in with this eclipse, with the autumnal equinox release card, and now the Queen of Cups. So what does the Queen of Cups mean for you in your life today and for this next little bit? What are you filling your cup with? Is there something that's in your cup of life, your cup of energy, your cup of manifesting, that it's time to release? Or time to bring more in? Are you forgetting gratitude? Are you forgetting to sip from the cup of life, the joy? And also finding that flow and remembering that there's going to be an ebb and flow. She's by the ocean, right? It's an ebb and flow. That's one of the other decks of cards I have, is ocean, ebb and flow. So like the wind, there will be super windy days and really calm days. Ocean, there'll be really wavy days and calmer days. That's life. And we got to go with that ebb and flow. Like the seasons. If you live somewhere like I do where the seasons really change, you may not be doing the same activities midwinter as you would midsummer. Ebb and flow. Okay? So thinking about that for you. How does that fit for you? How does that feel for you? So Queen of Cups from the Robin Wood Tarot for the solar eclipse energy. Then we've got Peace, International Day of Peace. And if you're feeling like me, we really need that. We need that reminder of peace energy and that beauty of peace energy. Yes, gratitude is something we should do daily. Agreed, agreed. There's a benefit to it. And it's not to make it feel heavy or to feel like a required homework, because then it doesn't necessarily have that vibration we want to have. But if we can do it genuinely and honor it and really feel it, as in the comments, then yes, gratitude. Doing it daily is of great benefit. Doing it multiple times a day is also of great benefit. And really noticing, allowing ourselves to notice when we're grateful for something. Even the super simple things, right? Super simple things. So, Peace, International Day of Peace, which is today. Soaring into Joy. Oh, that's a great card for it. Soaring into Joy. This is from the Gateway Oracle cards by Denise Lynn, Hay House published. Soaring into Joy. So we see our woman in her lovely sort of summery dress holding her hat. And then she's got balloons up in the air. And the affirmation on this card says, childlike wonder fills my life. So on this International Day of Peace, it's bringing us soaring into joy. What brings you joy? What represents joy for you? And then that childlike wonder. So if you have young people in your life, you'll see through them. Animals, sometimes you can see that childlike wonder. The pets, the dogs especially, I think, and the cats when they're playing. You can really see that childlike wonder of being in the moment, in the joy. So on this International Day of Peace, this card is saying, let's bring in the joy. Don't forget the joy. Find the joy. It can be simple. It doesn't have to be super complicated. It can be super simple. But also to be aware with this card, what is pulling you away from your joy? What is pulling you away from your peace? This is inner peace. So it might be different than the peace in the world where you are, or the peace in the world in general. But it starts with you, your inner peace, your way of looking at it, your way of acknowledging how you feel, what joy feels like for you, what peace feels like and is represented. So this is inner for you. So what in your life, in your way of being, in your way of reacting, in your way of responding, what in your habits, in your daily living is pulling you away from joy, pulling you away from peace, and pulling you away from that wonder, that childlike wonder. Because this International Day of Peace in this reading is inviting back the joy, the peace, and the wonder. How do you step into those? How do you bring those in for you today? And onwards, not only today. So soaring into joy. Okay, so we got wonder, we've got peace. So reflect on those. What do they mean to you? How do you see them for you? So I'm just doing general readings today. I'm not doing individual ones for those popping in. Thank you so much for your comment and for coming in and visiting. So we've pulled a couple of cards. We're looking at the season. We're looking at the energy today and pulling a few general cards. So far we've had the autumnal equinox about the new moon. And of course it's equinox tomorrow with a release card. About the partial solar eclipse happening right now. We've got the Queen of Cups. And International Day of Peace today, soaring into joy. Childlike wonder fills my life. And you can go back to the video and see all my commentary if you want to. Otherwise, just check in with the cards for yourself. So then let's look at Equinox. Okay, the Equinox energy. So as I said before, it's the balance between night and day, light and dark, is Equinox. Right? We are moving into autumn, fall equinox, fall season here. So it's harvest time. It's a time that in the north we start to prep for winter because we get frozen solid. So we do have preparations that we have to do for winter. But it's also a time of beauty. It's a time of crisp air where we start to pull out sweaters and comfortable pants and remind ourselves of our shoes and our favorite socks. And we start to see the leaves changing colors, and we see all the animals rustling about because they're getting ready as well. And we also have harvest. So we've seen pumpkins starting to come in. We see other harvests of different plants coming into the time here. We're a bit more further north, so further south you'll be in continuing the harvest. But this is called second harvest in terms of the year wheel, because we've already had harvests over the summer. Of course we have. And now we're getting into second harvest, and then there's another one. Okay? So, what are we going to look at for Equinox? Which deck? We're going to go to the Halloween Oracle, which is interesting. So this is the Halloween Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Blue Angel Publishing. So balance is a theme here. My event next week, in case you're in my area, off island or Montreal region, it is next Sunday afternoon, the 28th in Vaudreuil-Dorion, and our topic is grounding in change. We'll do readings like this, general for the group, discussions, conversations, supporting each other, some ceremony, and then also individual readings. So you can save your seat at safehavenforest.com if you want to join me, or reach out for any info. So for Equinox, which is tomorrow afternoon, Montreal time, we get midnight, the most magical hour of all. So if we talk about balance of light and dark, the 12 is that, right? So it's peak night, peak day, when we talk about our clock and our balancing hour. And it says the most magical hour of all. So as we bring in, this is a very Halloween deck, of course, so it's talking about the veil and the changing and the magic that happens around midnight. So here it's saying that, okay, this equinox energy that's coming in with our moon here, with eclipse energy as well, because they're all tying in together, there is a lot of true magic. There is a lot of energy available for you. So pay attention to what are you doing? What are you saying? What are you inviting in? What are your intentions? Whether you can do all the things or not, this doesn't feel like it worries about that because it's midnight. It doesn't expect you to be doing all the things at midnight, although you could be if you're a night owl. But classically, many humans are asleep at midnight. If you're a creature of the night, you're awake, of course. You're outside and you're hustling and bustling, doing a lot of things. And if you're much further north, then it's still light, so you're up in the middle of the night. But it's looking at this as the transition between night and day, the balance of light and dark, the balance of shadow and light. There is magic to behold. So what do you most need in this new season, in this equinox part? What do you most need for you? If you had a magic crystal ball that could bring you things, that could allow things in your life, what do you most need? Now, it could be a lottery ticket, of course. And you could think about that. But I invite you to go a little bit deeper, a little bit different, to say, what do I need for me, about me, that would help my balance, that would help me step into the changes that life is bringing in a way that feels really good, that feels really open, that feels really honest, and that feels really true to me. Because remember, we had a queen card. So she is really true to her. She's loyal to her, as well as then taking care of others and helping others. So what does this mean for you? Midnight, the most magical hour of all. Maybe you're expressing some of your true magical energy. Maybe you're allowing your uniqueness to play as you come into this equinox phase in this new season. So what is the magic that you want to engage with and play with? Maybe it's a faith-based thing for you, or a spiritual connection. Maybe you're connecting with the earth, or with the moon, or with the universe as a whole. Maybe you have God connections, or you're working with the fairies and the angels, or you're choosing your highest self as your main source of connection and guidance and awareness. Whatever it is, as long as it's got highest good, awareness and beauty and love as its main presence for you, then there's magic to behold. And how great is that? That's something to fill your cup with. Woohoo! All right? I love that. So, equinox, we're getting midnight. Okay? And the magic that's there. And the midnight is also, so the cards are kind of playing. So the new moon is like the midnight of the moon cycle, right? In the sense that she's dark. So the new moon gave us the autumn equinox release card, and the equinox is giving us the midnight card with magic. I like it. How is that resonating for you? Anything coming up? Anything that's connecting, that's giving you some awareness or allowing you to reflect and play? And these readings can sort of flow over you like energy and in with you and allow you to feel things or to notice things in your present moment, but also in the next little bit. With all this, I've got a deck, the golden future cards that want to be chatting. So let's see what they want to say. The World Day of Peace, changing into this new season, new moon, eclipse, golden future sounds about right. Let's have a look at this. This is a Diana Cooper deck. Hey house. Our beautiful planet. Oh, close to my heart. Our beautiful planet. And it says, restore the natural world. So as we're paying attention to the seasons, we are being reminded that we have seasons because of the planet that we're living on and our relationship with the sun. How we're interconnected, the type of planet we have, what's available from her with resources, how we interconnect with the sun and move together in our dance. So you've got a beautiful big trees in the background. There's energy vibrating in rainbow colors as this deck has. There are also fairies on this deck and butterflies and beautiful birds, hummingbirds and other parrot type birds that I don't know the name. There's flowers, there's rainbow energy flowing. There is a white bunny. Follow the white rabbit. Does anybody know different references to that? So of course there's Alice in Wonderland. There's also the Matrix. If you're a Matrix fan, follow the white rabbit. That's one that is close for me. And it's number 24, our beautiful planet, restore the natural world. And then in the middle, lying down on the grass, playing with bubbles, is our child. There she is. And what did we have when we were looking at peace, World Day of Peace, International Day of Peace? We had soaring into joy, childlike wonder fills my life. So our beautiful planet, restore the natural world, is a gift to our children, as well as to the inner child within us. And how beautiful is that? Ooh, magical, mystical, but also very grounded, very earthy, very connected with our lives and our planet. Definitely something to think about is said in the comments. I love that. Absolutely. I feel that that is a beautiful resume for this afternoon, for the energies that we have here. I hope it's been valuable. I hope it's been helpful to you. Please do let me know. You can message me privately also if there's something you don't want to say in the comments. And if you're reading this later on, at any point when you're reading it, I hope that you allow it to give you insights and messages and to be of value and help for you. My name is Sheila Bicknell. I'm BlueWater Oracle, and I'm wishing you a wonderful rest of this new moon, solar eclipse, and equinox phase. And if I don't talk to you before the equinox, have a wonderful shift into the new season. And for some of you, I will see you next weekend at my Equinox event, which is grounding in change. Take care of yourselves and wishing you all the best. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. And I hope that it is beautiful and is full of magic and wonder, love, peace, and joy to you. Until next time, take care. Ciao.